Okay. Time to go over some replays. Last 2 nights I got to play just a few ladder games. Not all of them will be interesting, really. I want to take a look at some of them. So I'm just going to start with the... Okay, so today's the 12th, so... Wednesday evening I played a few games, and Thursday evening I played a few games. We're on Friday morning now, so I'm going to start with game 1 from Wednesday evening. Just want to take a look at what I was doing. See if I can find anything to work on for today. Nexus first. I don't remember this game quite yet. Yes, okay. I liked my scout pattern there. Yeah, this was kind of a weird one, because it was a Nexus first, and he sent his first 2 Zealots up, so I got a nice Mind Contain off. And then he was just rushing towards Arbiter. Looks like the game actually turns pretty long. Yeah, I remember I actually rally a couple siege tanks down here. Because at this point, it's really clear to me that he's going for 2-base Arbiter, because we haven't seen any observers yet. Yeah, getting recall. Oh, wow. So, I think that the way that I brought this game is pretty good. Because he's going very fast recall, right? This is something that I've talked about a lot with Nyoken, about when you play against fast Arbiter, right? How do you fight against that? And part of the reason that Arbiter is so powerful is if they freeze a bunch of your siege tanks actually deal all the damage in your army. People joke about vultures and stuff, but like the siege tanks are actually your army, and the vultures just try to keep the siege tanks alive for extra time. So going mass siege tanks can be very good against lots of Arbiters. And when you go Arbiters this quickly, it's really surprising actually how many Arbiters that you can get out and how quickly they come. So in this game, you know, after that initial harass, I'm just kind of getting upgrades and going for another CC, but 2 add-ons. I noticed right at this second I'm not making siege tanks. I think I did this probably, excuse me, to afford some other things that were going on at that moment, getting into vessel and stuff. If you spend 200 gas here, right, you're at 57 gas, you're not going to be able to get a vessel. Spending a lot of gas at the moment. Yeah, so this is a pretty sloppy attack. He's up 24 supply, which is pretty impressive, but I have an additional base mining, and my 4th is very Look at that, like 2/3 done. That's nice. Plus I have good scouting of what's going on, what's not going on. Yeah, this attack was thwarted pretty well. The AI here, he got his stuff stuck, or this could have killed more tanks than it did. Yeah, I think actually, if he had controlled that well, he could have killed these 3 tanks. Easily. I probably did not scout that he was gateway manning me quickly enough. I guess anytime you skip Observer, you gotta kind of expect a gateway man to come in. Because if I had built something here, I would have thwarted the attack really, really hard. But luckily I had a good spread of siege tanks there. Hey, Coddle1, thank you for the sub, man. Appreciate it. 2 months of subbing. Now, someone's asking if I've done Vulture Bunker CC add-on mines. Yeah, I do that sometimes. I mix up my TVP openings quite a bit right now. I do Vulture expands, I do Tank expands, Bunker expands, I 2-fact, I go Expo into 2-fact, I go Expo into Starport sometimes. I have a pretty big variety that I use right now. And sometimes I see things that make me go one way compared to another. Okay, so that was like his only real timing for that, and I guess he doesn't know if I have EMP, which I actually don't. One thing I messed up here, my barracks died at some point, maybe during the attack that came here. Normally I'm floating a building here for vision, and I didn't rebuild it quickly. So I'm actually sitting here on 4 bases with 5 facts. Yeah, so something I'm trying right now against recalls and expansions is the insta run of SCVs and the insta lift. I think I lose too many SCVs a lot of the time, but this game this happened several times. I remember now. Does he have forges? Yeah, he has 1. Yeah, he's technically busting my expansion multiple times, but I'm getting the command center away and most of the SCVs away every time. My SCV count's quite healthy. So that's 9, 20, 25 right there. Let's see. 9, 12? Ugh, that's not any good. That was not good saturation. Oh my god, actually. Only 10 mining there, and how many are building things? 5. Maybe my spread is a little bit wrong here. Work on that. He doesn't have any room to get in anywhere. Okay, let's look at this move out. So I got 2-2 How quick is... Yeah, +3 is going to hit before I actually have a fight. I don't think I actually intentionally did that. I think I was just very close to maxed. And I felt completely secured. (3-2) against 1-0. That's pretty alright. I was pretty shocked when I got over here and he didn't have that base. Alright, so here things go wrong a little bit. Because my army should roll through him. But the way I'm attacking, it's like I'm attacking uphill here. I think I lose a lot of games on Circuit Breaker doing moves like this, where it's like, yeah, I'm 3-2, he's 1-0, I have everything, I should be able to bust him, right? But you're attacking uphill, and it funnels your army, so the stasis gets stronger. Yeah, look at that. Those are pretty good stasises, I think. Yeah, that one's really good. Yeah, so that was definitely a mistake. I think the move over to check this space was strong. I feel like I should have laid a few mines and stuff here to kind of keep track. And I think I should have funneled here. Because if I siege this area, he can't save the space. 100% dead. I lose a lot of games cross-map in doing exactly this. Where I decide I have enough to kill him, and I go to kill him instead of just killing expansions on the fringe. If you go for the heart, then that even gives them opportunities. Like, let's say you built gateways over here. You know, many games that'll be something that you see. Then you could even flank me and things as well. This is also a longer rally distance. Whereas, you know, if I decide to go down here, this is a quicker rally. He can't do anything to me over here. Here, though, I'm like attacking right into him. And again, it's 1-0 against 3-2, so it feels like I can do it, but yeah, I end up winning this game anyways. But it's actually an important thing to remember. All right, so yes, this one is actually just this one's not really worth looking at. It's offensive gas, and then I go 2 racks because he's a proxy gate as well, and I push into his main and kill some probes. I kill a ton of dragoons, and then he just counter reavers me, and I was barely not ready for it. He just barely broke through my bunker. So that one, I don't feel like there's a lot to learn from that one. What game was this one? I don't remember. This one I should watch. I've had TVT has thrown me for a loop in some scenarios right now. Kochanfe, thank you much. 20 months of subbing. I'm a nerd. Yeah, yesterday we had the 1-year anniversary Pylon Show episode. It was really fun. Jeff and I kind of reminiscing and stuff. Good times. Okay, so I get in and see the 2 guys on gas. This time I send out the next SCV. Oh yeah, I'm starting to remember what this game is. I think I go 2-fact starport, and I screw it up. I sent out the second SCV. This is both something that bad players do and that good players do, where you mine extra gas while they're in there. Now, he took off the SCVs, right? He took off that second SCV. So he had the second one in there because that screams 2-fact. I mean, you could even go fact port with that. So it kind of makes you think that there's going to be some sort of aggressive opening. Now, I've had a lot of games where I scout that. The thing is, the way that you can tell who's good and who's bad is if they just keep SCVs on there and then make their command center, they're terrible. Like, the way that they're playing is so inefficient. Once the SCV's gone, you should really take them off. But you can see this is a mind game. I sent out a second SCV because I've lost a lot of games where I think that they are going for some sort of aggressive play, and then they just make a command center. And by the time I figure out, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I see the command center instantly, but I've already started my second fact. I go starport. I'm like, screw it, let's do this. Okay, so I messed up my micro here a little bit. And then I realize he's going to repair. And I don't quite get this SCV. So there was a lot wrong right there. If I go for the 2-fact, I really need to wait for at least a second vulture, and coming over the bridge is kind of hard. And he also left this in a pretty strong scouting position, so he kind of sees me coming. Or this, rather, sorry, that's him. But yeah, I messed that up a lot. You need more damage with those initial vultures. You need to make sure you have +1 on him. Okay, so now I go with 4. Now this could have been a move that just exacerbated everything if I had done the first engagement correctly. I think that this 2-fact play against Factory Expand is not that bad. And I think that I panicked because a lot of the times what I do, what I was doing before when I was scouting extra workers on gas, and I thought that something aggressive was coming, is I would get an add-on on my factory. The slight change of getting an add-on on your factory lets Factory Expand beat 2-factory in my opinion. I think a 2-factory direct Vulture Rally, you're just going to barely have enough if you wait for your first critical mass that you should be able to do some pretty significant damage unless they make a bunker. If they make a bunker, you're done. Or if they just sit and only produce vultures with no add-ons, that could maybe do it as well. But that's like where you get into this weird rock, paper, scissors stuff of what's going on. But, yeah, this could have been like a snowballing thing that happened here. But I definitely misplayed it. That's something I really got to remember. Yeah, so him coming out on top when I don't have add-ons and everything is very, very painful. So let's see, he's got 4 SCVs there. He's got 9, 14, 17, 18 on minerals. Let's see what I got. 3, 7, 13, 14, 17. So he has 1 more SCV than me after this, and he's producing out of 2 command centers. So my economy is going to be very, very, very far behind. You need to do more damage than what I did. And I think I really, really, really could have, like, I think there was some execution errors here. I think I'll be doing some more of this 2-factory play. The ones without add-ons. I think it's a very interesting build. And for people that watch the stream really religiously, there is a 2-factory no add-on build that goes into like 1 or 2 port rates afterwards. That's not necessarily what I want to try, even though I do have a starport here. I was kind of playing cheesy. So, anyways, my barracks was watching here and saw him making vultures. So I have the hold position, so he has to go around. I figure he'll try the bridge first. He'll always try the bridge first, and then I'll know he's over here looking for damage, and then I can pull the Goliaths back, right? So these are like some free hits, basically. And I got my dropship. Kind of skimped on some units to be able to get the command center. Yeah, so they're right outside right now. Yeah, lane mines. I saw that, so I knew he was here. I saw the barracks coming, so I flew the Wraith around. And he hasn't started his... definitely with this as well, because of the way it went, I should have gotten the Wraith before the dropship. The dropship has been sitting here, like it just left, right? If I had made the Wraith first and flown it over, that's putting more pressure on him, and he hadn't started an armory at all yet, right? But, like, I built the dropship, it sat for a bit, then I started a Wraith. If I had switched that around, because see, the Wraith is just leaving now, I could have just finished the dropship and went out with it. So this was a really poor ordering. I could have gone Wraith, add-on dropship, and had them both at the same time that I have them here. The same drop timing coming out. But the Wraith would have been over in his base for a really long time. So I think that was a pretty substantial error in my build order. So yeah, his Vulture's going home because my dropship's coming in. It was I guess unfortunate. I flew it out this side. I was very surprised to see the Vultures here. Like, it's good to lay a mine, but like having all the Vultures just randomly be there right then. Like, I had it left aligned. If he had laid the mine earlier or later, I think my dropship gets through without any scouting. And this draws attention while I drop the main. That was kind of my idea here. A little bit unlucky with the Vultures being there again, but yeah, that was a good move. Notice that I did target down the SCV building the armory one time there. Now my Wraith, I messed up a little bit. Should have been back here. Yeah, so I think that this, like, it turns into a pretty big game, as you can see. 25 minutes that he ends up winning. The ending of the game is we both have all sorts of areas kind of turtled up, and we start destroying everything. And I actually kill most everything he has. I kill all of his bases, but then he does a drop in my main that I can't clear. And that's how it goes, like massively upgraded Macrae. And I just did not have enough to break through. So I felt like a lot of the game I played well after these openings, because this opening was definitely way off from what it should have been. Very poorly executed. The build order didn't line up well. And that's important if I'm going to do these early, slightly more aggressive builds, which I think I need to mix in a little bit more. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, so that was that one. Maybe I should take a look at this one. This guy was ranked quite above me. I think I was 2020 MMR or so, and then this guy beat me, and I only lost like 7 points. So that's pretty high. Trunk Dragon, thank you for the sub, man. Yeah. I appreciate everyone that supports the stream and shows up. That's really cool. Slowly but surely trying to improve the stream. Of course, improve my own play. Okay, so is this Overpool? Or, yeah, maybe Overpool. Kind of weird. So I misread this. Okay, I actually got to go back and look. Because I build a bunker, and I think that's a... Okay, let's see. Overlord. Okay, 12 pool. Yeah, I need to get a little bit more precise on my timings here. Because I get here, and the drone is on the ramp. So I'm like, okay, this is an early pool. I get down and I see the gas, so I immediately think, oh, you know, this must be a 9 pool speed, against which you build a bunker. See? This was entirely not needed. I think if I'm really unsure, what I should probably do here is build the bunker mostly and then not finish, so I can cancel once I am more sure. Especially considering the path of my SCV. It's somewhat unlikely that... I mean, it could be that the Zerglings go up, so I think it's okay if I'm not sure. And then I even see the layer, so... some misplays. So quick. So that's okay. I just scanned it. Saw that the mutas are going to be on the way. I wanted to expand. Can't really play one base against this. Yeah, so this was a little bit sloppy. I sent my Marine north right away. Should have sent my units here and then sent him north because the Overlord saw this and he gets the free kill. That's some quick mutas, by the way. I think I should take Scan's approach that he did in KSL qualifiers, because this turns into a Guardian Rush that I lose to. Right? I'm having a hard time defending against it. Overall, it's like very, very quick. I end up losing quite a few SCVs. I'm trying to do something with my Marines here. That's too bad. It's such an aggressive play, but what I'll end up doing here, because I decided to make a factory. So that's kind of... I wonder if you can go Goliath from here. Like 2-factory Goliath with range from here. And have that be like a good counter to a Guardian Rush. I don't think so. But this Guardian Rush was so quick, and I try to go Wraiths here, and it just doesn't work. I don't have Wraith Micro. I'm not comfortable at all using them against mutas. But, for instance, what Scan did against a Guardian Rush in KSL, I actually thought he was going to lose because his starports were very late. But he ended up going into 4 racks or 5 racks and just getting a lot of bio and doing a counterattack. Once you commit, right, because you actually... Like, the Zerg is pretty stretched thin with what they have, obviously. This is, you know, they don't have that many drones. Look at this, 8 mining minerals here, 5 here. And, you know, only 2 hatches. They have to make a lot of mutas. Mutas have to turn in Guardians. Mutas have to guard Guardians. Otherwise a Wraith can kill them, right? So what Scan did was just do a massive Marine counterattack. Because once you get a big ball of them, this army doesn't do well. Because he is jumping up the tech tree very quickly, right? Like, here's a muta, here's a muta. The more for this, there's another muta, right? So, the power of the Guardian Rush is how quickly the Guardians come. So they have to trade for that. So I think maybe I should have added more Raxus before. And I should have added more turrets as well, I think, because he does some significant damage right here. So I have my actual Bioforce out in the front. The thing is, I don't even have much bio because I'm only on 2 racks anyways. Okay. Yeah, I have some ideas about how to fix that.